Hi, this is Donna Taggert, the dietitian for Department of Aging and Human Services. This month we're going to be talking about prunes. So what are prunes? Well, prunes are basically dried plums, but they are a specific plum that dries well. They were brought over to California during the gold rush. They're a French variety. They've been grown in California for now more than 100 years. And believe it or not, 99% of the U.S. Prunes are grown in California, and they grow 40% of the world's supply of prunes. The prunes have a lot of amazing things within them. They have more than 20 plus vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, fiber. They're less than 100 calories per serving. They have a very low glycemic index, which means if you have diabetes, you eat prunes, you're not going to see that big spike in your blood sugars. They have more antioxidants per serving than dried blueberries or dried cranberries without any of the added sugar that often those fruits have when they are dried. They're sodium-free, they're fat-free, they're cholesterol-free. They're pretty amazing. So let's kind of focus on how, for our health, are they amazing. 5 areas: the gut health, satiety and weight management, bone health, heart health, and brain health. So let's talk about gut health first. We all kind of know prunes, you take prunes, you get backed up, you get constipated. And back in 2001, the FDA allowed the companies to change the name of prunes to dried plums to try to get away from that negative perception of prunes are just for, helping you go to the bathroom. But they truly are amazing for your gut. There's a lot of research linking gut health to all the different areas of our body. So our gut is really important. The prunes have pectin, about 3 grams of soluble fiber of this pectin. It makes the stool very soft. Sorbitol is in prunes that pulls the water in and makes it, flow through your gut. They actually are better for treating constipation than most of the things out on the market that have psyllium in them, because all the components that are in prunes that work together. Eating prunes also decrease cravings for desserts, therefore lowering caloric intake. Big study showed mid-morning snack of prunes, the people ate less at lunch. Another study showed 13,000 adults ate prunes. For over 6 months, they had a much overall better nutrient intake than people who did not. Probably because there is so much in these little prunes that most fruits and other things do not have together. Third area is bone health. This is a big one. Prunes have shown to increase absorption of calcium. That's a component of our bones, very important bone building component. They have a lot of antioxidants that help protect the bones from being damaged down at that cellular level. We can't see what's happening inside, but these antioxidants are fighting off things that could damage our bones and other parts of our body. They have micronutrients and vitamins needed for our bones: potassium, boron, magnesium, copper, manganese, vitamin K. In fact, 20% of our vitamin K a day can come from one serving of prunes. They have lots of polyphenols. What are those things? Those are things in the plants that help protect the plants from disease, and therefore in our bodies help protect our bodies. And as I said before, that sorbitol that's in the bones, that fiber, is important for gut health. It helps all those critters that live down in our gut stay healthy, and as a result is linked to brain, heart, bone health because of our gut health. Now here's some specific studies. They took 5 to 7 prunes, that's how many I have here. They found, and this is a lot of stuff, I'll break it down for you. Total body mass and bone mass density was all improved, and the biomarkers for bone breakdown was decreased. In other words, eating 5 to 7 prunes help our mass of our bones stay strong, which as we age, we automatically start losing bone mass. And then all those things that were tacking and breaking our bones down, those risk factors were lowered too in this study with the prunes. Another study, 5 to 7 prunes again, postmenopausal ladies, showed that it prevented bone loss and mitigated the fracture risk of the hip. That is crucial. Anyone knows, have heard, if someone fractures their hip, the prognosis is not good. The average length of living after a hip fracture is like a year. So if we can prevent that risk of hip fracture, is pretty amazing. By eating 5 to 7 prunes. Amazing, isn't it? They also did a first-of-its-kind study examining prune effect on bones in men. Because most of the studies have been in postmenopausal ladies. We all lose our bone mass faster because of loss of estrogen. But in men, the markers of bone breakdown also went down and their bone strength improved. So pretty important stuff there. Some others, most of these studies have been done with the dried prunes themselves, not prune juice. But I suspect the results would not be quite as good because you're taking that component of the fiber out when you're doing prune juice. But they probably will do some studies with that. Anyway, the fourth area is heart health. Again, that amazing fiber that's in prunes has been shown to increase the microbiome that lives down in our gut, and that in turn lowers total cholesterol, lowers LDL cholesterol, it improves the HDL cholesterol, that's the good stuff. It's been shown to lower blood pressure, and they think probably because of the amount of potassium in prunes. A third of our daily requirement is in 1 serving of prunes of potassium. It's been shown to lower all those inflammatory markers. Those are crucial. Chronic inflammation is now the big buzzword, linked with lots of other diseases when our body is chronically inflamed. So eating prunes can decrease that inflammation. One study showed 5 to 6 prunes for 6 months improved all the cardiovascular disease risk markers. So again, helped with heart disease. The fifth area is healthy aging. This may sound a lot of big words, but I'll tell you what it means. They found that the high amount of antioxidants in prunes limited, here we go, neurodegeneration and prevented or reversed age-dependent deterioration in cognitive performance. In other words, it helped protect those nerves up in our brain from deteriorating, and when they stay strong, our cognitive functions stay strong as well. So it's helping, actually, they say, slowing biological aging. So all this stuff, how do we incorporate 5 to 7 prunes in your day? Well, personally for me, I keep my prunes. Prunes can last 6 months in your pantry, a year in your refrigerator. I recommend putting prunes into the refrigerator because they are so moist that they tend to grow mold, and especially in humid weather, that's not good. So I take out 5 or 7, count out 5 to 7 prunes, put them in this little cup in the morning. Honestly, sometimes I've eaten them all by the time I've got my breakfast prepared. But if not, they sit on my counter as a reminder, mid-morning snack or later in the afternoon. And I just eat them like that. They're like nature's candy. They're sweet. There's no added sugar. They're nice and chewy. They have a good texture. But if you're somebody who's like, ugh, I have tried prunes, I don't like prunes, here's what you can do. Take 6 ounces of prunes, that's how much is in this one container. Add a half a cup of hot water. Put them both in your blender, whirl it up, mix a paste, put that paste in an airtight container into your refrigerator, and you can use that for about a month. And it can be used swapping out for sugar, swapping out for eggs. So a third of a cup of that mixture will substitute for half a cup of sugar, that's pretty significant, or 3 large eggs. So you can use it in your baked goods, you can make sauces, barbecue sauce, homemade teriyaki sauce, that sweetness from the prunes, puddings, throw that paste into smoothies. You can take that paste and mix it into hamburger meat and make burgers that are going to be nice and moist, and you've added some extra nutrition that way. I've included some recipes that you can check out. One's called chocolate energy balls. Another is prune energy bars. And then a farro salad with prunes, and you can add grilled chicken or shrimp and make it quite a nice dinner entree. Now, just remember, when you're eating them just like this, you're getting all that good nutrition without any added sugar or any other calories. But if you're going to be doing those recipes, they're going to sometimes be adding some extra sugar, added extra calories. So just keep that in mind. So if you can eat them just plain, that's probably the way to go. There are a couple websites you can visit, sunsweet.com. They are a big manufacturer of prunes out in California. They have lots of recipes on their website. Then californiaprunes.org, That's a cool website. You can go there, you can see how the California prunes are grown, how they're harvested. You can read all these studies I've told you about, the bone health, heart health, etc. You can, if you want to get in the nitty-gritty of all that research, you can look in that. Lots of good recipes there as well. So, are there any risks to eating 5 to 7 prunes? Because it sounds like a lot to some people. Of course, if you have not been eating prunes, you might want to start out with 1 or 2, because they do have a laxative effect. So, you don't want to have to be off to the bathroom too quickly. But slowly work them in. Some people cannot tolerate sorbitol. That causes intestinal bloating, gas, nausea, vomiting, and in that case, of course, you would not want to use them. Very rare to be a prune allergy, but if you have an allergy to birch pollen, that's a type of tree, they have very similar components, and you notice you're itching or hives after you've eaten prunes, it might be something to avoid. A lot of the prunes are put with a preservative called potassium sorbate. Prunes are very moist, unlike raisins. They can get mold on them, so they put this preservative, potassium sorbate. It is on the GRAS list of FDAs. It's called generally recognized as safe. Basically, it breaks down to CO2 and water. So you breathe off the CO2, the water goes through your system, so it doesn't accumulate in your body. But if you do have issues with it, very rare there would be allergic reaction to potassium sorbate, or you just don't want to you're trying to avoid as many preservatives as you can. Sunsweet does make a prune that is preservative free. This is strictly just prunes. That's all that's in here. Definitely keep them in the refrigerator because there's no preservatives with them. They are a little bit more expensive. So if you're trying to eat 5 to 7 prunes every day, you're going to, rack up the expense if you're trying to do preservative free. But anyway, keep them in your refrigerator regardless, and even the regular prunes as well. Next month, we're going to be talking about different diets and all kinds of stuff for that. So, we'll go into that. But in the meantime, enjoy a prune. I hope you have a great day. Bye.